if you look back in Luke, after Satan tempted Jesus, it said, and the devil departed from him till a more opportune time.
Yeah.
Okay? When did that happen? When was the more opportune time?
At the cross. Yeah.
Right. The more opportune time would be at the cross.
Yeah.
So the serpent came to tempt Jesus to give himself life at the cross. So if you go read the Pharisees, they come up at the cross and they begin telling Jesus that God had forsaken him. Where's your God now?
Yeah.
If you are the Son,
Right.
where is your God now? You claimed you were the Son, let your God deliver you now. If you are the Son, come down off the cross.
Right.
So then Jesus confesses and cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? That's Psalm 22. Okay, well, we put chapter and verses to all of the scriptures. We separate them all. But in the Jewish mind, a psalm was like a psalm. You don't confess one line of a psalm. When you say one line of a psalm, you're sending them to the whole psalm. Go read the whole psalm. Well, if you go back and read Psalm 22, it starts off with, my God, why have you forsaken me? But then when it gets down to about verse 22, do you know what it says? He never hid his face from me. He never despised me in my affliction, but he heard my cry when I cried out to him. So there's a contradiction there, right?
Yeah.
He can't say he never hid his face from me and say that he forsook him.
Right.
Okay? So the reason why he said, my God, why have you forsaken me, is because they were telling him that God had forsaken him. And so Jesus says, you think God has forsaken me? I know. Because you're esteeming me as the smitten and stricken of God. I know you also think God has forsaken you. I know you also think that you're the smitten and stricken of God because of your sin. Now, what he's saying to them is he's sending them back to Psalm 22, because then they'll read in Psalm 22 that God hadn't forsaken him. And then they can find their hearts taught and instructed that neither had God ever forsaken them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so Psalm 22 is a picture of what was happening at the cross. And those guys could go read Psalm 22 and see all those events happening at the cross. And so if you notice when the devil initially tempted Jesus in Luke, he was telling him, if you are the Son, come down off the cross. If God will really take care of you, throw yourself off the building. If. So notice every time that the devil said that to Jesus, he quoted a scripture back to them.
Right.
So the devil came with the same word when he's hanging on the cross. If you are the Son, come down off the cross. If your God will have you, let him save you now. Where is your God now? Jesus confessed the scripture.
Right.
You think God's forsaken me? I know. Go read Psalm 22 and tell me whether or not he's forsaken me.
That's the nutshell version.
But